Hey everybody, this is Juan from the Delatory Law one-on-one show. This is the edition for this week, and we're live here from the Super Rico Colombian Bistro at 57 West Central Boulevard, right here in the heart of downtown Orlando, right across the street from the fire station, the main fire station. I got Steven Snyder with me. Say hi.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Steven. Pleasure to meet you.
Steven's the owner and the operator here at Super Rico Colombian Bistro. Steven, dime, we're gonna do a little something. We're gonna go a little Spanglish this week.
All right.
¿De dónde eres, Steven? If you want, you can answer me in English.
No, yo nací en Miami, pero
Okay.
mi mamá es de Bucaramanga, en Colombia, smaller city out there. My dad is from Germany, de Alemania.
Okay.
Pero yo nací aquí en Estados Unidos. Yo creció en Miami y ya 9 años aquí en Orlando.
9 años, hombre.
Sí.
Y cuéntame, tu papá es de Alemania. ¿Qué parte de Alemania?
Pues él, más Berlín es de Berlín, pero sí.
Okay.
Y él creció más o menos en Estados Unidos un poco. La papá de él fue en el Army.
Okay.
Entonces, moviendo mucho,
Okay.
demasiado a Estados Unidos, hasta Alemania, y
Okay.
regresé a
So
Alemania.
he was in the U.S. Army.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that explains the Snyder.
Yeah, Snyder
Right.
is my grandfather's
Right.
last name.
Yeah,
I grew up with my mom more or less, but
Okay.
the German influence is deep rooted. I guess when I speak with my grandmother or whatnot, she's
right.
got the heavy accent and
So
all that culture too.
Colombian guy, last name Snyder, but Snyder is on the German side. Your mom, she immigrated to the United States how long ago?
She immigrated when she was 17.
Right.
She went first to actually Montreal in Canada.
Okay.
She spent her first couple of years out of Colombia there, where she soon after came to the United States, and that's where she met my dad.
So you're first generation American?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, I am so happy to see first generation American, Colombian American, Colombian German American,
Yeah.
doing such great things. I tell you, I'm from Miami originally,
All right.
and I grew up down there. I spent 18 years in Miami, and you get accustomed to all the different styles of food. You got
Oh, yeah.
Colombian food, you got Cuban food, you got Peruvian food,
Everything
you can think of, you can find in Miami. And I remember walking down the street on Central. I work right downtown, as everybody in the audience might know if you've tuned in before. This is the show is brought to you by Delatory Law, which is located at 135 West Central Boulevard, which is really right next door in the Fairwinds Tower, adjacent to Super Rico. And walking up and down, I remember the first time I saw you guys here, and I said, Colombian Bistro. Wow. I was like, man, Colombian Americans are coming a long way to have, a place like this right here in the heart of downtown. And tell me, everybody loves the food. I love the food. I think I eat here once, twice a week. Tell me about the menu.
So the menu is a spin-off of Colombian food in a way maybe not so common here in Orlando. You might be used to a lot of the typical bandeja paisa,
Right.
sancocho, a lot of the Colombian dishes that are very typical to that cuisine. However, we more focus on the street food of Colombia. We actually initially started as a food truck back in 2011.
Okay.
We specialize in the Colombian burgers and the hot dogs at that time.
Okay, con las papitas y todo.
Yeah, the salchipapa, empanadas, a lot of the street food. But since coming to brick and mortar,
Right.
we've kind of expanded our menu,
Okay.
found a lot of ways to add a lot of new things to the menu without actually heading down that typical traditional
So
Colombian
it's kind
cuisine
of a
path.
spin-off, kind of like a fusion, if you will.
Absolutely.
Right.
But
Hey,
a lot of the ingredients are true
Right.
to Colombian cuisine: plantains, arepas, empanadas, a lot of rice, beans, corn flour. A lot of the.
so sauces are a big thing, right? You got like how many different sauces you got?
Right now we have 6. We are adding a 7th
Right.
actually today.
Okay.
We're dropping a new sauce today.
So
But
tell me about some of the sauces.
so the sauces, I give all the credit to my mother. She's the brains behind the
Right.
sauces. We make them all here in house. So a few you might be familiar with ají, which is a staple in Colombian cuisine.
And that's like a spicy sauce.
It's a vinegar base. It's a spicy sauce. It's gonna go actually commonly with the empanadas, but
Right.
I can literally put that on anything, on my rice. On
I
my
put it
meat,
on the churrasco.
yeah, absolutely. And so we are actually adding churrasco today to the menu, which
Right.
is in addition. That's what's bringing the new sauce, the chimichurri.
Awesome.
is gonna be released today with that too. So that's another
I'm getting
addition to those
hungry.
sauces.
Let's eat.
There
Let's
you
eat.
go.
I'm also drinking a Postobon, so they got your typical Colombian sodas.
Correct. We
Alright.
carry two of the most common Colombian sodas, which is going to be the Postobon Manzana, and also the Colombiana, which is a cola champagne.
Okay.
It's alcohol free, but I know it has a champagne in there, but it's similar to a cream
my son
soda.
asked me about that. You
Yeah,
know,
I know it.
My son, the first time he saw Colombian soda champagne, he says, "Daddy, you're drinking alcohol." I'm like, "No, it's a soda.
Mhm.
It's a soda."
Oh,
so,
yeah.
He asked me about that. But do you have arepas?
Arepas, yes sir.
¿Y la hacen rellenada?
No. They're not actually stuffed. Venezuelan style empanada arepas are always going to be stuffed. So if you do see that as a Venezuelan arepa, we do something a little bit different. We use the white arepa and we top it. So it's a flatbread style dish, but everything, all the sauces, all the condiments, all the ingredients are actually cooked and put on top of the arepa. So that's the difference between the Venezuelan.
I'm trying to lose weight, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
anymore, man. I'm just telling you. I feel like I can eat everything that you're telling me about.
Well, honestly, the arepa, once it's grilled, if it is grilled, it is going to be a healthier option than any fried arepa that you might have, or the patacon that we carry that is also fried. So there are options if you are trying to keep it light. We could help you out there for sure.
But the empanadas are fried.
Yes, sir.
I had the empanadas last week. They were fantastic. I definitely recommend them. Some of the best empanadas in town. Come try the empanadas here at Super Rico Colombian Bistro. What's your most popular dish?
My most popular dish, I think, depends on what time of day you're here. During the day, it's going to be probably the Rico bowls for lunch. It's a build your own bowl kind of dish.
So you got rice, black beans. I'm reading off the menu literally. Black beans, lettuce, tomato. You can get your options of steak, chicken, or veggies. And then that combined with all the different sauces and obviously all the flavor and sazon that they put on the food, it tastes fantastic. I definitely recommend it. A lot of news coming out of Colombia. You know, the members of the FARC, para nuestra comunidad colombiana que está con nosotros, obviamente los temas políticos en Colombia están bien encendidos con la elección de miembros de la FARC al gobierno de Colombia y hay un temor. Hay un temor en la comunidad porque después de tantos años de estar en conflicto con la FARC, and for those of you who don't know, the FARC is the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia in English, o las Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia. So it's a guerrilla group. It's a grupo guerrillero, and it's been a leftist movement that really became complicated. I studied over many years, and I got to tell you, Steven, and I had a professor once tell me the same thing. He said, you know, the Colombian situation was probably maybe the most complicated situation that has ever existed in Latin America, and a big reason for that was the combination of narco trafficking with the guerrilla movements. Because many countries in Latin America, Central America, have had leftist guerrillas movements. The most notably, as of late, is you know. As far as the leftist movement is obviously Venezuela, nuestros hermanos en Venezuela que están sufriendo la dictadura de primero de Chávez y ahora de Maduro. Y en Colombia ese es el temor,
Right now, yes.
Yeah, that's the fear. El temor, the fear is que las Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia o la FARC quizás vaya a tomar control del gobierno de Colombia, así como los movimientos izquierdistas de Cuba o las influencias de Che Guevara y eso han tomado control en Venezuela, un movimiento izquierdista. And tell me, Steve, your family, have they been victims of situations with the FARC?
Yeah, well, on my mom's side, of course, which is the Colombian side, it actually has been affected tremendously by the guerrilla movement. My family owned a lot of farms. They had a lot of fincas, what they call, where they grew all types of. Yeah, exactly. And you know, when on the rise of the FARC, a lot of the land that used to be owned by my family, we lost control of. So you know, in fact, a lot of my family had to migrate to the United States due to a lot of the pressures from the armed force, revolutionary forces of Colombia. My mom's cousins who were pilots dealt with kidnapping and, you know, a lot of different aspects that were involved with narco trafficking. And, of course, it has led to a lot of the migration of my family to the United States.
So a lot of your family members, well, outside of your mom, because your mom, I understand, obtained legal immigration status through your dad. But a lot of other family members, did a lot of them declare asylum?
Yeah, my grandmother, more in particular, was the one who did get granted asylum, along with a lot of my second cousins, of course.
And that's victims of the FARC has been notorious for being extorting agricultural farmers and also for obviously the narco trafficking. Kidnapping was one of the main things of how they would generate revenues. So I'm getting the nod from the production manager. We're into 10 minutes into the show. We're trying to keep these segments to 15 minutes. So we got about 5 minutes left. But anyhow, the story has been so difficult over the years, and then that spawned other groups. The government was accused of not protecting those farmers. The government was accused of not doing enough to keep people safe in Colombia. So then you got right-wing groups o paramilitares, grupos que eran creados para proteger los ganaderos, grupos que se crearon para proteger la comunidad. Pero a lot of those right-wing groups have been accused of a lot of human rights violations. Have you ever heard or dealt with any of that?
Personally, no. Personally, no. Of course, in college,
Oh, mira mamá. Venga mamá. Un buen saludo. Saluda a todo el mundo en Facebook. No quiere saludar. Mom doesn't want to say hello.
She's a little shy. She's a little shy.
She's shy.
But no, personally, I haven't been affected. The education of the matter has been a part of my culture, of course, a part of my mother teaching me, and even in my business school and ethics class, we definitely.
Where you go to school?
I went to UCF.
Okay.
Yeah, for business. Yeah,
champions,
there we go.
brother.
Nice. Yeah,
Champions.
Yeah, national champs.
I'm a UCF grad.
There
too.
we go. Yeah, man. But a lot of ethics classes dealt with a lot of the paramilitary groups that provided protection for a lot of the, more in particular, Chiquita banana farmers.
Okay.
You know, there was definitely some education on the matter of myself, but personally, as far as my family, there hasn't been any human rights violations to any of my family members.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you deal with any of these vendors that you were just talking about in your business now on a daily basis?
Any of the, I'm sorry,
any of these vendors that are located in Colombia?
Oh, vendor. Direct vendors that I do deal with usually have to do with any of the fruit pulp that are imported here to make our juice. But other than that,
so you got juices then?
Yes, sir.
Los jugos típicos.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mora,
maracuyá, mango.
Oh,
limonada.
okay.
Yeah, we do.
Bueno, I'm sold, estoy vendido. Yo, permanentemente voy a ser cliente aquí de Super Rico Colombian Bistro, located again at 57 West Central Boulevard, right here in the heart of downtown Orlando. Again, this is the one-on-one show brought to you by De La Torre Law, and I'm Juan De La Torre, and we hope to see you soon here at Super Rico. And when you stop by to say hello to Steven and to eat with Steven here at Super Rico, you need to come by and tell me, hey, you were right about Super Rico. I'm right here, right next door at the Fairwinds Tower at 135 West Central. Steve, you want to drop a phone number or anything on them?
Oh, yeah, man. It's called 407-426-7007. You can always call your order ahead of time. I know it could be a little hard out here in downtown to get in and out pretty quick.
You deliver?
We do provide delivery through our third-party businesses, so that'll be Amazon Restaurants and Postmates. Those are our two delivery options.
So to all my legal colleagues and everyone that works in downtown, if you want to grab a bite for Super Rico, they are available through third-party services. Would you anyone in particular you don't want to say? Or
it depends on the customer. They might, if they have Amazon Prime already, I believe that's going to help you out because I think the fee might be waived. Right. But they both are actually very spot on.
So not very inconvenient for you to order if you're on a busy schedule this week, or any time that you want to eat at Super Rico, or you could just come on down. It's very centrally located.
Yeah, we are open on the weekends until 3 in the morning. So if you are part of that crowd that does tend to stretch their legs a little later in the weekend time, we provide some good eats at that time.
For those weekend warriors out there doing a little bit of drinking or eating, if you need to come in and get a bite to eat, sober up a bit, and come to Super Rico Colombian Bistro. Again, this is Juan De La Torre. Thank you very much for checking us out this week. And if you'd like to see us anytime in the future, just give us a call at 407-733-0700. 0640. Thanks again.